so we know what date it is, because I always need to know the date. And good to go. Hope everyone's having... Is that one right there in the middle of the screen? I don't want it there. Great. Give it a second to catch up. We'll go switch my shoes. Let me make sure I can hear. Give it a second to catch up. Spectacular. I think I got it all the way it is supposed to be. So, oh yeah, I kind of need to make sure I'm not hosting anymore, because that kind of messes things up. Okay, that should unmess things up. Spectacular. Yo, Mark Boggs. I'm messing around with chat a little bit today, so I'm not sure. It might actually be too small. I want to try one thing, because I'm actually... we'll deal with it today. I'll go with it, and we'll see. If it's too small, I'll address it tomorrow. I'll do the dressing and make sure it all gets established and set up tomorrow. Other than that, I think we're good. So, you think it's a bit small? Okay. Okay, well, regardless, we're going to head outside. If I have a problem reading it, I'll just look closer to the screen today, and then we will fix it back tomorrow. So, where are my shoes? They're outside. Let's hope everyone's having a wonderful day. So, not bad day today. It's a little chilly, but not a bad day. But not a bad day at all. So I got my seeds in today, which is good. The seeds I was waiting for my friends and such. So I should be able to start mailing off the seeds tomorrow. But we'll talk about that in just a bit. What else is on tap for today? Not really anything else. Twisted Acres, welcome. I'm just getting my shoes on, so it'll be a second.
Well, my days of not taking you seriously are certainly coming to a middle.
Thank you so much. The Messiah, how are you on this lovely day? Oh, today, by the way, guys, today is considered one of my holidays. This is 3/7, which 37 is one of my favorite numbers. And March 7th is 3/7. It's also, I don't actually know the number anymore. It's also the anniversary is probably the wrong word, but it's also the time period of when I became an ordained minister, and I think it's been, wow, I don't know how long it's been. Maybe it's been 19 years, I think so. Oh, we were gonna look at the temperature. I forgot. Let's look at the temperature. I didn't look at it at my weather station before I stepped outside, so we're gonna look at it right now. So current temperature is currently 42 degrees or 8 C. So 42 Fahrenheit, 8 C. And we'll peek up at the sky just to show you how spectacular it is. So I have ordered ducks and chickens online. The key is to pay attention to when they're going to be delivered. Make sure your post office will contact you as soon as you get them in. And pay attention to the weather so they're not in transit during extremely cold seasons. And if you can do that, then you will have, like, maybe you'll only lose one. If it is really cold and they go through a really, really cold snap, you have a high probability of losing a lot of them. But I have ordered, when I lived in Ohio and when I lived down here, both times I have ordered chicks and such through the mail, ducklings and chicks and quail and such like that. And as long as the weather, while they're in transit in the locations that they're coming, the weather is decent, they do well. And you want to pick them up as soon as they arrive at the post office. Like if you can get a hold of the post office people to have them give you a call, just let them know that you're getting peeps, and they're usually pretty good. They're usually pretty good at that. But yeah, look guys, look at this beautiful blue skies. Not a chemtrail at all. So it's absolutely spectacular. Oh, here's my fence I've been working on the last couple days. So it's just doing a slightly step down pattern. I'll be doing the same thing. I'll be doing the same thing over there. Twisted, if you are going to get baby peeps, baby ducks, one of the best foods to give them the first day, especially if they've been really stressed through transit, is to go buy some frozen peas and feed them. And of course, don't want to feed them frozen, but warm up the frozen peas and put some peas in some warm water. And make sure the peas aren't frozen, that they're now nice and warm. You don't need to, nuke them or anything. Just, let them sit out overnight and let the peas warm up. And put the frozen peas in some warm water for the baby ducks. And for their first, day or so, feed them the baby peas. Not only will they love the baby peas, I've noticed that that's kind of a trick that we've done that's done a great job of keeping them the proper nutrition and such they needed on their first day or so. I also do that if I buy baby ducklings from somebody else or from someplace else. I usually give them peas for a day or so. Just one of the little tricks that I have been doing that seems to do well. The ones that I give the baby peas to always seem to do the best. So my pond is really leaking. I don't know if you guys can see. So you guys can see how much the pond has leaked and emptied out, which is fine because I really want to get in here and do some backup and get this in. There's a chance, guys, I've really been thinking about this. As much as I don't want to put a liner in here, I have thought about going out and getting a liner and sticking a liner in here. And the reason for that is I thought about it'd be cool to add some fish, to go to the pet store and buy some goldfish and add some koi or goldfish to this mix. The reason for that is they'll also help clean up the water with the chickens and the ducks. Mostly the ducks and such in there, so that would actually be very beneficial. So Mark, if you can remind me, this chat is definitely harder to read. I'm not a huge fan of it with how small I made it. But it was worth the shot. It was worth trying out something different to see if I made the chat a little smaller, if it worked out okay. Twisted, what kind of ducklings are you thinking about getting? I'm kind of interested. I always try to shoot for the coldest hardy ducks that I can find. So Swedish and Cayuga are usually the two coldest hardies that you can find. Khaki Campbells deal with cold pretty well. The one downfall to Muscovies is if you don't, Muscovies will sometimes, maybe one night while it's still kind of cold, I'll try to do a video when I'm putting them away. But the Muscovies, they'll stay outside or they'll jump in the water even when it's really cold outside, and they'll end up having ice on them. So because they're a South American duck, they're native to South America and such like that. So they sometimes make bad decisions. So yeah, Swedish and Cayuga, that'll be great. So I can never find call ducks when I want to try to find them. So I have not raised call ducks here. So yeah, I like, personally, Muscovies are cool. The downfall is they breed like crazy, and they're a very territorial duck. But the cool thing about, as you guys can see, the cool thing about Muscovies is there is 1, 2, 3, 4 males right here, and they get along just fine. They can befriend each other pretty well. So occasionally you'll get some fights. I think you guys have seen some of them, but in general, not so bad. So, oh, here, let's just give you guys the update. So we're in mud season. You guys can see how absolutely crazy muddy my backyard is. I hate it. I hate mud season. I do not like my backyard to look like a muddy mess. But this is what happens, especially when the earthworks dam. So but what we'll be doing is, once I get that earthworks dam fixed, we're going to be putting some the thestral grass down, and then I'll probably fence it off at least for a little while so they can't get in there and pick at it and that kind of stuff, and then we'll just regrass up. We'll regrass up most of my backyard. So thestral is what I found is the best type of grass. So is the highest amount of thestral that you can find in the grass seed. If you're going to have animals and such, the better, because it really deals with it deals really well with being trampled and crushed and such like that. So, but that's what we'll be adding back into the places that I want the grass to come back. Now you guys will be amazed. You really will be amazed with how green everything does become. So once the green part of the season comes back, you'll really be amazed how quickly my yard greens up. I am every year. So March it's still kind of crazy and still kind of muddy and snowy, but April will kick in and such. Now the one upside to this time of year is one of my favorite flowers, which is daffodils. I absolutely love daffodils. So I've been collecting daffodils for the last 16 years. So I had some original daffodils here on the property, and I've been collecting different variances of daffodils, and I plant different variances, and I actually document that. I don't talk about it very much. I do have a blog that I used to run years and years ago. And the only thing I really update on the blog now is my daffodil update, just so I can go back and I can see I have a record of all the daffodils that I have. But yeah, daffodils, one of my favorite things. If anybody in the future this summer wants to do some daffodil trading, I'll be more than happy to do some daffodils trading. But I think right now, last count, at most I have 15 variances of daffodils, from colors to sizes to a bunch of other stuff. Slippery right there. So this time of year, it is kind of cool because I can kind of see where my daffodils are coming up. I can see if I need to retransplant any of them, which I'll show you guys in just a minute, where we do need to retransplant a few of the daffodils because I forgot. I thought I got them all, but when we put the bunny apartments in, where they're at is not in a suitable spot anymore. Let's go take this water over here while that one's filling up, and then I'll show you guys the daffodils that I'm going to be working. So I do tulips, but with the rabbits and with everything else, tulips, because tulips are edible, the animals eat all my tulips. So no tulips. So let me spin around. Let me get the camera around so you guys can. Okay, so here under my pear tree, you'll see right here is some daffodils coming up. I have no problem with this clump being here because I actually like daffodils growing under fruit trees. I think it looks really, really cool. And so I have quite a few growing around here. But as we progress over this way, as you guys can see, There's a couple here and some there and some right there. Those guys are not necessarily in a good spot. So I'm just going to go in here. We're going to dig all those up and we're going to transplant them to some new spots. And the other cool thing is it's good to transplant them because then it also, I can also see what kind of variances I'm going to have and get a good idea. So yeah, I used to have where the bunnies are, this used to actually be a flower garden a couple years ago before I really focused so much on the animals and such. And I thought I had dug everything out from under there, but I guess I had not. So okay, let's go get that water and go on the next part. So I got the seeds in, so I'm excited. So I will be putting together the seed packets and finishing up them and getting those mailed off in probably a couple days. So those of you that are on the seed list, look forward to getting seeds soon. If you are not on the seed list and you would like to be on my seed list, I think I added all of the codes now. If you guys look in the information section, you'll see the exclamation point, and you'll see that'll link you to like I think it's exclamation point email should now link you to what my email is. And I kind of tried to make everything a little bit more intuitive and such like that. So that all works a little more efficiently and a little better. And as soon as I can find some vermiculite, I'll be doing the seed soil class. But just having a tough time finding the vermiculite. One. Let's go get another one. Because it's about time. My dad was downstairs setting up part of his grow stand, and I need to also get the one we have in our room tweaked up so we can start growing some of the stuff that takes quite a few months where we're just quite not inside grow season. So and has any of you guys ever used any of those little small, like, greenhouses? I've never used any of those. I was thinking about picking one of those up and trying to give them a review. One of the greenhouses that use that kind of like that plastic. And kind of the smaller ones, like the ones you can pick up at like your hardware store or Harbor Freight or something small like that. If anybody's had any experiences with any of those, I would be interested to hear if they're worth the investment. I'm not usually a big fan of wasting $400 to $600 because that's quite a bit of money on the farm to put towards something that's not gonna do with what I need it to do. But if they have a good review, it's totally worth the money because I can really grow some stuff in there all year round. So if anybody has any experiences with those, let me know. I'm trying to put together, we're going to definitely put in a greenhouse. We're just not sure exactly what kind of tactic we're going with it just yet. Okay, you had a poly one? Cool, thanks for the review. I will keep that in mind. because we also have extremely harsh weather here. So always need to keep in mind how to counteract the harsh weather. Let's go say hi to Miss Sylvia. See if she's out. If she's out and about and what she's doing. Miss Sylvia. Yeah, Miss Sylvia? Yeah. Did Lisa feed you yet? You need more food? Is that what you're saying? You need more food? Yeah, you're super hungry? Yeah. Yeah, no, I want to do that with the sliding. I want to do that with the sliding doors and such as well. I have a bunch of old windows and some patio doors and some things of that sort. That is for a future plan and such. I definitely those hot houses and such are really cool, and I actually want to build a nice conservatory as well. But I'm also just trying to get ideas of what homesteaders and what people that are first getting into the game would possibly get access to and would have sitting around. And so that's what I'm trying to think about, stuff that's easy to grab, easy to get a hold of, and see if that's actually a decent option. But all ideas are welcome, and I want to bounce as many ideas off of as possible, because the more cool ideas that we have, the more things that I can try, the more things we can give an honest review of if they work or not. Because we have a pretty crazy, insane climate here. Like, you know, it's windy always. And actually, I'm surprised how actually calm it is today. But part of the reason it's so calm, or it looks like it's so calm, is because you can't quite, there's no leaves on the trees just yet. And so you guys can't visually see the windiness, but it is actually, there's still a gentle breeze going on. So let me give Sylvia a little bit more food. Let me put a little bit of, I think she wants a little bit of water in her food. So let's get a little bit of water and mix that up so that she's not so grumpy again today. Okay. There you go, Sylvia. It's more of a soup. You like it better now that it's a soup? Let's see. Nope. She's like, I don't really like it that it's a soup. She's like, why aren't you giving me the good stuff? I don't know if Lisa made her any bread today. That's what she's mad about. She's like, I want the good stuff, the bread. So this is the other crazy chaos that I need to fix. I got to get in here and fix this fence because it's just in bad shape. I mean, it's holding in the pig, and that's the goal. You whining? Yeah. Hey, here, kitty, kitty. So it's just being a whiner today. I think she's still not feeling good. So, okay. Let's go put this back in here. Don't want to make sure I put everything back to where it goes, so we're not running around aimlessly searching for everything. We'll also be we're going to completely redo this building. It's something that's high on our list. We're going to completely redo this. We're going to add in we're gonna add in some more cages in here and some more cages up top, and then redo the storage and such. So here, kitty, it's just this she's just, every once in a while she goes through these stages where she just doesn't feel well, and she just kind of she has like a stuffy nose and such like that. So we give her some apple cider vinegar and stuff like that, and change up her diet just a little bit.
Well, my days are not taking you seriously are certainly coming to a middle.
And it seems to do a pretty good idea. So just a little grumpy. It's probably because she had some really nice days, and she's tired of not being, and she's tired of not having the really nice days. She's just tired of the days being cold and chilly, and she wants summer to come just like the rest of us. So as much as I love winter, and we all know I love winter, I am starting to get to the point where I am super excited for spring. I want to get my bees. I want to get my stuff planted into the ground. I want to get all that stuff, and Sylvia's probably just about ready for winter to be over as well. So here we are. We're going to go say hi to the bunnies. The baby bunnies. Let me pop you guys there for just a second. So here we are checking out the baby bunnies. So you guys can see there's nice group of baby bunnies just laying in the mama nest. That's the other baby bunny that was born a little earlier this year. Corn. I don't know if you guys can hear him either. Popcorn bunnies. Yeah, here, kitty. It's pretty much an endless thing. Like, always full of baby bunnies. So. Just popcorn. One starts popcorning, they all start popcorning. Hey, that one's got his eyes open already. That's kind of early for that one. Here, I'll show you guys. This is pretty interesting. So, here's the difference. This bunny is, hold on, he's weak. So this bunny is about a little over a month old, and this bunny is about a week old. So you guys can see how absolutely quickly they grow. So. Okay, guys, back into the house. Okay, you guys don't need to adventure around anymore. So. Okay, enough with checking out the baby bunnies. Hopping around, doing the baby bunny thing. Don't want to misplace the hooks. So, yeah, bunnies grow super, super fast. Like, that's why they're actually a really good, that's why they're a really good crop, a really good animal to raise when it comes to farming and such like that, is because just how quickly they grow and such like that. So, well, I'm glad you got to see some bouncing baby bunnies. So half the ducks in here, they just they're just chilling, don't feel like going outside. You guys can see they're just in here, just chilling. Wave to the other camera. Hi, other camera. Yeah, those guys didn't want to play in the snow. Some of those will get to play in the snow next year. So. Here's a guinea egg. So one of the guineas is starting to lay. That's why there's a guinea egg on the ground. I'm gonna put it over here. So mainly he's been talking about what chickens we're gonna be adding to the flock this year. We're not sure what we want to add, how we want to manage things. We didn't add too many chickens to the flock last year. You always need to make sure you add a couple, but we didn't add too many to the flock last year, so we're not sure what we're gonna add, what we're gonna do into the mix or anything. So we will see. We're not sure if we're gonna go Bantams or big guys. We'll probably hatch a few of the Silkies and hatch a few of the other guys. So that'll be something that we'll be focusing on doing. So let's go say hi to the other little guys. So we'll jump over here real fast so you guys can see them.
Yeah, probably want to see these guys soon.
We can do that once we got someplace to put them. We can do that tomorrow.
Oh, we're gonna have a place to put them there.
So a pile of bunnies, as you guys can see. These are all those babies from earlier this year. There's a lion head right there hanging out. And right somewhere in that little mix right there, here, Kitty is the one you really like. Yeah, there it is, right there.
I don't mean to alarm anybody, but I think we're being followed.
Thanks for the follow. But yeah, right there in the center of the screen, you guys can see the one, and then there's the other.
There's this one and that one. They actually hang out together. The other lion head's back there without the gray.
Yeah.
He's got a nice. That one's got a nice breast. Look at the different color.
Oh yeah, a little bit of the brown right there. Yeah.
That one's pretty. I mean, they're all cool.
I gave Sylvia a little bit more food and a little water in her food because she was being grumpy. And then we just got the bunnies just hanging out, chilling out here. So you guys can see, for those that's not seen the yard, where I just got bunnies just hanging out, chilling in my yard. So bunnies there. Another bunny there. Just bunnies and ducks. Now once I get the fence set up a little bit better, they won't be adventuring as much around. I say that as kind of funny. I mean, they're still venturing around flat top, but not quite as much. That's kind of the goal. Yeah, that's kind of what we're working on. So I am using Prism, and the chat is being ran through Ustream. So I changed up the chat again to see if I was trying to set up a slightly different variant in the chat. That's why it's a little bit smaller. I'm not necessarily a fan of it. It's a little too small for me to just quickly see from a distance. So I'll have to readjust it again. But yeah, I'm using Prism on my phone, and I'm using Restream for the chat, and I'm using Tidy Labs for the little so that the little, when you guys, if someone donates or anything like that, it makes the noise and the sound and things of that sort. So that's what I'm at right now. Just trying up a bunch of different techniques. So this is these are the gardens that I'll be working on redoing. I'm going to be redoing this entire fence, and we'll be redoing all of this next year, or this year. I keep saying next year. I should say next season. Next season, in the spring. We'll be focusing on that in the spring. So. And then you guys can see the pond from this way. So we're going to go walk out to the garden plots in just a minute. I want to check something else out after we are out there, and going on the walk is a good way to address that. Right, ducks? We'll just cut through here. There's not one thing, it's another. Always something interesting to be done on the farm. Always some cleaning up to do. Always to try to make things function a little bit better. Because I will tell you, in the middle of the winter, during certain times, you will cut corners and you will do things that you wouldn't do nor the rest of the year. And plus, as you guys see, there's a little bit of trash is blown in, so as we walk back, I need to pick up some of that trash. The one thing about being where I'm so close to the road and the ski resort is sometimes trash and stuff flies over the mountain. And my woods here, my little tree lines, do really good at trash collection, so, which is fine. It's actually good. Means it makes it an easy place to get all the trash cleaned up and such like that. Just means that I have to spend a couple hours every so many weeks getting in there and getting the trash cleaned up. So, looking at the hayfield again. I'll have to go in this where these weeds are. Oh, here you guys go. Let's see. So the crows are attacking one of the hawks that's flying over. I like my crows. They do a good job of keeping the hawk population, the hawks at bay. So the hawks say go, or the crows are like, go away, hawks, stay away. So usually it does a good job of keeping them away. So So you guys can see I still haven't done anything, so. Yeah, I bet there is a firm understanding between the chickens and the crows and the rabbits. It's you're the aerial pursuit, and we'll leave you some food on the ground. So, nice trade-off. So. Yeah, no, we have some cool hawks. We have a peregrine falcon here, which is really cool. They come through every once in a while. And there's lots of cool wildlife. So I started seeing a bunch of robins the last couple days. So I still don't consider robins spring. Robins don't necessarily mean spring to me. What means spring to me is red-winged blackbirds. So when I start seeing red-winged blackbirds, that's when I know spring is here for me. So this is the tree that we're gonna need to start figuring out how to do some stuff with. So it didn't really damage the fence too awful bad. I actually got pretty lucky here. Even though I'm gonna be redoing this fence anyways, because I think I want to change this fence line. Now that I'm pretty much losing most of my trees here along this fence line, I think I want to move this fence line. I think I want to move this fence line to the other side of that creek there. And so I'm going to run the fence line over there, run a new fence line, get rid of some of these trees, clean up some of this brush, and maybe extend my hayfield a little bit. Not that much, but maybe just enough here. We'll go walk over, and since this is already kind of customizing my fence and such for me, we'll walk over and I'll show you guys kind of the plan of action. And why would I do this, you may ask? Well, it's always a good idea to, you know, it's good. I want to manipulate my fence anyways. I'm not, you know, this was kind of just a lined up fence. There's really no exact need for it anymore. So it does have some cool old posts, which some of the old posts, you guys can see some of the really old posts that are old and that kind of stuff. Most of those are actually starting to break anyways. I do want to get rid of some of this multiflora rose that I don't necessarily need growing here anymore. And this fence right here, this gate to go in here is not in the most convenient place anymore. Mostly because I allowed this particular tree to grow up here. So if I move this fence and I move this fence line a little bit, so that'll be interesting. So I think what we're gonna do, guys, is my idea is here's the current fence line. I think I'm gonna move the fence line. We're gonna try to, you know, maybe come over here and connect it to the about where the boat is. So we'll walk up that way. So and we'll work on. Plus the other thing is if I want to put any this little swells that you see here is kind of the places that I wanted to put some. Is part of the places I was thinking about putting some new ponds anyways, and it would be best if the cows weren't in where the new ponds are, especially if I want to bring a piece of equipment in and dig them and things of that sort. So that's kind of the idea. So we're gonna walk up, I'll show you guys. We're kind of walking real close to where I'm gonna put the fence, where I'd put the fence anyways. Plus I can also redo it so it's not barbed wire. I'm trying to shy away from barbed wire fences at the moment. I might still run barbed wire across the top, but barbed wire isn't the best for horses and other animals and such. So it is just a cheap way to run fences. But I think some of the new stuff that I know might be actually better. So since this tree is pretty much gone, I had left this tree here. I'd left this tree here just because it was kind of a cool tree, kind of doing its thing. And as you guys can see, it's decided to not be a tree anymore. So no tree. My favorite tree is a split right there, so those are gone. So I'm thinking, you know, just run the fence. And what's cool is I can just do the fence a little bit over time. It's not anything I need to you know, immediately jump in and focus a whole lot on. But run the fence up to the pond and maybe connect right here. Connect right here to this post, and then I can really get some equipment in here. Get those tires buried. And and maybe put some cement over them, or earth ship them down into the ground, and get a nice strong dam here. So, and then you guys can see where the like swamp is forming here. So, only thing is I'll have to figure out somewhere over here, probably across that ridge right there, is where I'll have to put in another fence. But I think if I do that, it'll be good, and then I can really just get in here and hyper focus on stuff that I want to do down here and not worry so much about what the cows are doing, and know that I've got a good fence in. And then what I might do here is what I've been wanting to do for a while is I think this would be a good spot for an orchard, especially since my plan here is to do some this is kind of getting closer to the homestead spot. So if I can just put in another like orchard or something here, that'd be kind of cool. That's kind of the idea. So we'll see how that all turns out. So trees, this is kind of a junk tree right now. The wood's starting to get that spongy feeling. So not really good for anything other than hugelkultur and burying it underground. And then plus I want to get in here after I get all this stuff cleaned up and laid down and get the bank built and such. I want to get in here and plant some more trees. So personally, I like trees. So, but I'm going to show you guys this is kind of cool. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a giant hole there, and that goes actually really, really deep. And then actually underneath the ground here, there's like, I think that's a cave or something. And underneath there's like kind of like an underground, a cool like underground like pond. So it's kind of really neat. That always holds water now. There's always a little bit of water and such in there. So it would be cool to clean up this tree a little bit and just have like access to that little underground pond. So, and then lots of wonderful fire brush or wood for lots of other purposes in the very near future. So we will see what it turns out to be. So I can show you guys just how cool the topography is here. It's a lot cooler in the summer. That tree's definitely doing, we'll zoom in on that one real fast. That guy's doing a ghetto lean. So you guys can see he fell down a little bit. I'll have to go in there and dress that guy as well. I also want to plant some more trees up in that woods. Try to strengthen up that little bit of woods. I like patches of woods in hayfields. I like patches of woods. I think they're very beneficial. I think they're a good way to mitigate erosion and such like that. So I have plenty of places to plant more trees when we get them. So, ooh, what do we have here? Cool. That's pretty cool. I don't know how I've not seen this before. coming back to the house with me. Cool. It's been here for a little while, but I walk out here all the time, so must have just missed it. Maybe it's just covered in snow. Previous intern, yep. Me and Lisa have lots of cool. That's the cool thing about living on the farm is you find lots of cool bones and lots of cool stuff like that. So, pretty excited. Nice find. Good find for the day. One day, guys. So, one family lives up that road, and most of their youngins are moving away, so lots of cool property up that way. Maybe one day in the future, when we really start building the community, more and more property will go for sale up that way, and that's where we can build some cool stuff. So I don't know what animal that's from. I've been trying to figure that out. I don't have the bottom jaw. It's got fairly decent eyes. If you guys look here, let me see if I spin back around. If you guys look here, you'll see whatever it is, it looks like its head got fractured right here. So I don't know, it doesn't have any canines, it's just all I can see is the chewing ones. I'll have to compare it to some other stuff we have. So, not sure yet. You guys want a closer look? It looks like it had some more types of teeth up front. It's not a bear. We have bear skulls, and I know what bear skulls look like, and it's not a bear. My initial reaction is a coyote. Coyote or a dog is my initial reaction. It's not a duck. I can tell you that. Not a duck. Oh, here we go, guys. This is something... I just noticed this. We have a so usually when you see this, this is a sign that something has had a struggle with I don't see any blood, so this could have just been a struggle and it could have flown away. But usually when you see big patches of feather or fur, then that's a sign that some predator has came in and have well, either eaten your animals or came in there and bothered them. So we got some ducks. Sorry, we've got some bunnies right through here. Don't rule out werewolves. Okay. I won't rule out a werewolf. So we got the bunnies over here, just chomping away in the field. And we're sneaking through the back way. Chickens hanging out here where we're going to put the lambs. Or the lambs, and then we've got the ducks here. Very excited that there's still plenty of mud back here. That they can do their mud thing. Oh, thanks, duck. So let's, I'm gonna see what Lisa's initial guess is. Because we don't know. I'll let you guys know. I'll look it up. I'll spend some time and look it up, so. But, we'll see what Lisa's initial guess is of what this is. So. Okay, Lisa, we got a question for you. What do you think it is? We can't quite figure it out. We were doing some guessing.
It would be like a big rock, like a alpaca or something. What was it?
You know where all the trees are falling? It was just laying in the clump there. I was thinking maybe it could have been a coyote.
Their heads aren't that wide, are they? Like, this is between the flatness here.
Yeah, I know, that's the part.
It could be like a mountain lion.
It's not a mountain lion. We know what cat
that
skulls.
be?
We know what cat skulls look like.
Well, the teeth are wrong, too. Well, it's only missing 2 other teeth right here.
Yeah, on the top part of the jaw. That's why I couldn't figure out if they were canines or what they were, so.
You didn't see the bottom part?
No. So our vote is a Class A Class A werewolf. We also have it could have possibly been a vampire.
It's just so broad.
I know, but it also looks something. It broke there.
Oh, it got smashed. So it's actually not that long.
It's Dr. Seuss. That's the problem. It's Dr. Seuss. So we're gonna be canceled. Sorry guys, we found Dr. Seuss on the mountain. It's gonna lead to us being canceled, so.
Yeah, you look into the Dr. Seuss thing and they're skewing that a bit.
I know.
With Dr. Seuss. Actually, they're skewing that. Oh, this totally got stepped on. Or hit by a tree. But look, see how it's caving in?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's probably a totally different shape. Maybe it's a baby calf.
A baby calf? Okay.
I mean, if it was, maybe he got hit by a tree.
Well,
yeah, they're not out there.
That's been dead for a little while.
I know. They could have landed on the ground. I'm just saying, if the bone smashed that easily, it was probably still soft. But you can see where all the sutures are.
Yeah.
Which is cool looking. But anyway, I think it got stepped on because it's flaps here and here. So it's a little bit wider actually. And I would say it's getting closer to a cow. It's a big cow. It's a baby cow.
There, we can compare it to the other cow we have in here.
Oh, a baby calf. Yeah, because see how it's doing that. Same kind of teeth. Same amount of teeth. News clues over here. What?
I was just looking at the.
Yeah, that part got stepped on. But that's I don't have a doubt.
Okay.
That or platypus?
A platypus. It's a platypus. A walrus. It could be a walrus. A white-tailed deer, maybe. Actually, here, no. You know what? Let's compare it. I know where a deer skull is as well. Somebody said a white-tailed deer. Let's compare it to a deer skull. Keep walking forward. Stop. Look up.
I think it's it's too big already.
There's it compared to a deer.
Deers are narrow. It's totally cow.
Maybe.
I think it's only because this was stepped on, like we said, and it moved out a little bit. And you can't just do that with a, like, this one still had some pliability, or it just would have fallen apart.
A badger. Your vote is a badger. So we're at, it's either a baby cow or it's a deer that's been stepped on. So, okay, those are our verdicts. We don't have any other, we don't immediately have any others just sitting around. We don't have any other immediate skulls just sitting around right here. Because I don't know what happened to our bear skull that was outside. Did we bring it in already?
It's on the porch.
Okay.
One's inside, one's on the porch. Oh no. I'll just take these.
Okay. Oh, let me see if I can show. I don't know where I put them. I was going to show you guys one of my favorite bones that I found throughout the years, but I don't know where I put it. I know where it was. It was over here. And I don't see it. Let me look one other place, guys. When I find it, I'll show it to you. It'll be next day or so if I don't find it right now. Oh, duh. I see it. Hold on a second, guys. Let me get it. I'll show you. I totally thought that it'd be really cool to turn this into like a mask and wear this around. Oh, this is the hip. This is not the one. This is the one that you could wear as like chest plate armor. So like bone armor. The other one.
Okay, guys, watch out. Okay.
This is the other one, man. If you really wanted to, like, you know, kind of really be scary, you could put together yourself a nice, like, chest plate bone armor. Put this on your head. Attach this like this. Can you imagine, like, no wonder people thought like aliens and such existed back in the day, you know? People were wearing bone armor.
And today people go, hey, stay away from that third guy.
You know?
It's not because they're intimidating, it's because we're super dusty. Super good.
So, and all these are just hip bones. These are just like the rear hip bones of cows. And what's great is it's like as long as you don't let them weather, they actually stay a long time. But they make like really good chest armor. So You know, and you kind of have like a really cool, you know, medieval look to you if you're gonna have, you know, gonna wear bone. And these are super dusty though, so. But I thought I'd show that to you guys because most of you, I don't know if you guys have ever just seen hip bones of cows, and there's actually a lot of cool stuff. We have I don't think I can get it right now, but we harvested it when a cow died a couple years ago. We let it disintegrate and all that kind of stuff, and then we collected all of its bones. And bones are actually really cool. Like, I can totally see why we made tools and such out of them. So anyways, I'll have to show you. I'll have to go through one day and show you all the cool bones and such we have, because, you know, one of the things is, even if you're not going to use the bones for art, or you're not going to do something like that, you can also grind them down and you can use for bone meal for your plants, or you can do bone sauce. We'll do a recipe of bone sauce later on this year. But what bone sauce is bone sauce will pretty much keep anything from eating your plants. So it's just it's a cool, it's really cool. I'm going to sit here so you don't have the sun blaring in your eyes as much. I'm all dusty because of that stuff's been real dusty up there, but it's get dirty on the farm. That's just kind of the rule. That's kind of the rule. That's kind of the rule of thumb, is that if you're on a farm and you're not dirty or dusty, if you've got nice clothes and you've been a few minutes on the farm and your clothes are still real nice, you've not done it properly. So you've failed at doing the farming thing. So, well, anyways, but yeah, we're gonna go through. We'll talk. If you're talking about the bone sauce, kitty, it's now. If for those of you that want to learn how to make bone sauce, so I'll tell you guys all right now. You need to go out and you need to find yourself an old cast iron bowl pot. So and this old cast iron pot, you're only ever going to use it for bone sauce, because once you get bone sauce in it, it will smell like bone sauce and you'll never be able to really clean the bone sauce out of it. So find yourself an old cast iron pot, because that's what you're going to need for the bone sauce. So whenever you guys find those, I still need to get a good lid for one of mine. And again, it doesn't have to be the nice lid. You can just put a flat lid on it, but you're going to be burying it. What we're going to be doing is, when we make this bone sauce, we'll be digging a hole, especially if you live, like for you here, kitty, it'll be perfect because you live in sand, or you'll be able to get down to the sand. If you're not, clay, rocks are good, because when we make it, you start a fire, and we're going to kind of do the fire underground, because you want this to kind of brew to cook up and to just stay nice and warm for about 24 hours. And that really kind of locks in the perfection of the bone sauce. And then you'll get this stuff that kind of looks like a black tar, and we'll go through the recipe. We'll talk about doing that. And then you'll put that on your trees, and you'll put that on everything. Before warning, if you put it on yourself, you will smell like the nasty bone sauce for, well, at least until the top layer of your skin goes away, because there is absolutely no way to get the smell off. It is absolutely amazing stuff, but it will keep rabbits, it'll keep deer, it'll keep anything from eating your trees. So yeah, it'll be perfect for things. So we'll go through a bone saw class. I actually learned how to make bone sauce through videos and some people that learned through Sepulter. So Sepulter is the Austrian is the Austrian guy that does that. He can grow citrus trees in the Alps in Austria, and it is pretty absolutely amazing, just because he really knows how to specialize in making microclimates. And so he's kind of one of my heroes. So I kind of want to be able to do that kind of same thing. So I'm working on I've been reading his books, and I've been seeing how he does things, and then how he also does some talking with the permaculture world. And very exciting to see the direction he's leading. And I mean, he's been doing it since he was a kid, and he's like in his 70s now. So lots of years of his experimenting. And he's kind of the reason, he's kind of part of the inspiration why I decided to turn my property into a lab, where we're always doing regular experiments and we're always doing something new. So since there is quite a few people watching, I also wanted to remind everyone, I got all my seeds in. If anybody's interested in getting any seeds, definitely send me an email. You should be able to now do !email. That should work now on the stream, and it should link my email. Some of you have some of my older emails. That's fine. You can send it to any of my emails. I started a brand new email, so you guys can send it there. So if you're interested, hit me up. I'll keep any information that you sent me. I'll keep private, so don't have to worry about me doxing you or anything. If you want me to send you some seeds, just let me know. I'm putting together the packets. I'm putting together the packets of seeds and such now, and so I'll be mailing them off within a couple weeks. So if you're interested, hit me up on an email. It's also in the descriptions wherever you're watching this. It should be in the descriptions below. It's doc@mavispharmacy.com. So if anybody's interested in that, and you can also join the Discord, !Discord. So I think I also got Guild work now too, Gilded working. So it's !Guild. You should be able to use that as well, and all of those should work and get you connected with. Perfect. So all of those should work and get you connected to where the best way to get a hold of me and such like that. So Mark had the email show up there. So perfect. Well, by the way, guys, if you're a Minecraft player, that dust has just got in my mouth. If you're a Minecraft player, you should jump over.
Well, my days are not taking you seriously. They're certainly coming to a middle.
Hey, thank you so much, the Messiah. But you should jump on if you play some Minecraft with us, or you play any silly video games. Jump over to the Discaf server and jump on, and we'll give you the links, and you guys can jump on there and do all the fun things and such. So, and I can see that we are definitely running. Chat's running a little behind again today. So some days I know the chat's right on, and right now it looks like there's probably about an 8 or 9 second delay. So today's a really slow chat day. So I don't know why it does that. So also, guys, just in case anything crazy happens, I just want you guys to know that pretty much Dr. Firefly on just about everything should be me. So I'm on Gab. I also going to be putting all of these up on YouTube. I'll also be putting all these up on Odyssey, up on Library, up on BitChute. When I start doing some streaming over at prohibited.tv, Dr. Firefly. So pretty much Dr. Firefly is me on just about everything. If I see something that exists, I sign up for it, even if I'm not going to use it. I have an OnlyFans page. Why? Because I might use it one day. So, it's that kind of stuff. So if anybody sees any Dr. Firefly, that's not me.
You see gum on the street, leave it there. It's not free candy.
Thank you so much for the ice cream, your kitty. So, well, anyways, guys, I think we're going to start heading back to the house. So thank you guys again for joining me on this fun adventure. It's a good time. A good time today. It was so cool that we find those bones. Like, I love finding cool things out in the field. So, one day, when I get my metal detector up and working right, we'll go metal detecting. So metal detecting is one of the things that I really enjoy. I really enjoy metal detecting. So I also want to get some really thick magnets. I want to do some magnet fishing, but that's probably for future. That's probably way down the road. I don't got time to do fun things like that. Maybe when I get an intern. So. And yeah, Oh, here, guys, if you want to see, let me spin the camera on. So I've got the bee stuff ready. I got this beehive stuff set ready up. This will be where the porch bees live. And then I'm on the process. You guys have seen this sitting here, but I'm in the process of starting to clean this out and getting this ready and having this ready for the other bees. So hopefully some bees might come at the end of this month, and the rest of the bees are going to come, I think, in April. So be very, very excited about. I'm very, very excited about getting the bees and having the bees, and then us really getting into talking in bee class and such like that. So anyways, friends, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. Other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow. So again, the Messiah, Mark, here kitty kitty, Illuster, and everybody else that I know was here, and I forget your name off the top of the head. Thank you guys all for being here. Thank you for joining me on this fun adventure. If you're new, we do this about every day. And other than that, my name's Justin, Doc, whatever you'd like to call me. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day. Until tomorrow, adios.